Michelle gazed out the frosted window of the cozy ski lodge, her breath fogging up the glass as she watched snowflakes dance in the moonlit night. The fire crackled in the hearth, casting a warm glow over the room, but her mind was elsewhere, lost in the exhilarating images of snowboarding that had captured her imagination for years. Ever since she was a child, Michelle had been enchanted by the daring feats of snowboarders soaring through the air, defying gravity with every twist and turn. She would spend hours watching videos of professionals carving through fresh powder, their movements fluid and effortless. It was a world of adrenaline and excitement, a world she longed to be a part of. But life had a way of keeping her grounded. Between school, work, and the everyday responsibilities that consumed her days, there never seemed to be enough time to pursue her passion for snowboarding. It remained a distant dream, tucked away in the corner of her mind, waiting for the right moment to come alive. That moment arrived unexpectedly one evening when Kevin, a friend from work, suggested they go on a weekend getaway to the mountains. Michelle hesitated at first, unsure if she was ready to face her fears head-on, but the prospect of finally trying snowboarding for the first time was too enticing to resist. As they stood at the base of the mountain, Michelle felt a surge of excitement mingled with a hint of apprehension. The towering peaks loomed overhead, their jagged edges obscured by swirling clouds of snow. It was a daunting sight, but she refused to let fear hold her back. With Kevin by her side, Michelle stepped into the bindings of her snowboard, her heart pounding in anticipation. She took a deep breath, letting the crisp mountain air fill her lungs, and pushed off from the edge of the slope. At first, it was a struggle to find her balance, her legs wobbling beneath her as she fought to stay upright. But with each passing moment, she grew more confident, her movements becoming smoother and more controlled. She followed Kevin's lead, mirroring his every turn and twist as they carved through the freshly fallen snow. But just as Michelle began to find her rhythm, disaster struck. A sudden gust of wind caught her off guard, sending her careening off course and hurtling towards a treacherous drop-off. She flailed her arms in a desperate attempt to regain control, but it was too late. With a sickening thud, she collided with the snow-covered ground, her vision spinning as she tumbled head over heels. When she finally came to a stop, Michelle lay dazed and disoriented, her body aching from the impact. She blinked back tears of frustration, cursing herself for letting fear get the best of her. But then she felt a gentle hand on her shoulder, and she looked up to see Kevin's concerned face looming over her. "Are you okay?" he asked, his voice filled with genuine concern. Michelle nodded weakly, too embarrassed to speak. But Kevin didn't seem to mind. He helped her to her feet, brushing the snow off her jacket with gentle hands, before offering her a reassuring smile. "Come on," he said, gesturing towards a slope ahead. "Let's give it another shot." And so they did. With Kevin's patient guidance, Michelle conquered her fear of falling and embraced the exhilarating challenge of snowboarding with renewed determination. She soared down the mountain, her movements fluid and graceful, as if she had been born to ride the snow. As they reached the bottom of the slope, Michelle couldn't help but grin from ear to ear. She had faced her fears head-on and emerged victorious, stronger, and more confident than ever before. And it was all thanks to Kevin, whose unwavering support had helped her discover the courage to chase her dreams. Together, they rode off into the sunset, their laughter echoing through the mountains as they carved their own path through the snow-covered wilderness. And in that moment, Michelle knew that she had found not only a passion, but also a true friend who would always be there to lift her up whenever she fell.